Claps to the football and looks to throw. Throwing left towards the end zone for Pauling. Goes up, and he brings it in. Touchdown, Notre Dame. A strike from Carr to Pauling to open the scoring. 19-yard touchdown for the Irish.
Play fake now after the snap. Rifles it right seam in stride. Grimes has it. 5, touchdown. 48 yards. There's a laser from C.J. Bailey right on the mark. And Wesley Grimes pulls it in for a 16-0 Pack lead. 11:03 to play second quarter as the fireworks.
Awesome. So cool to have both of the radio play-by-play voices right here on the ABC 57 kickoff set. Joining us live now, we've got Tony Simeone, the voice of the Irish, and Matt Chazanow. We have him, the voice of the Wolfpack. And guys, you're battling it out here, not only in the radio booth, but you got the battle of the CJs. Both teams have a CJ at quarterback. Tony, start us off. CJ Carr, kind of defend your guy. What makes him so good?
Well, he's doing a great job defending himself. I mean, it's been an unbelievable start to his young career. I think what's been most impressive for me is just how quickly and how poised he's been out of the gate, right? We all knew he sat behind Riley Leonard last year. You watch him now and you think, gosh, he might have even been ready to go last year. I think the way he's been pushing the ball down the field, he's just making throws that we frankly haven't seen Notre Dame quarterbacks make in quite some time. So I'm excited to see what he has in Game 6. Listen, the fact of the matter is he's still a young quarterback. I'm kind of waiting for that first game where he maybe doesn't quite look like himself, but I'm hoping it's not today. We'll see.
And C.J. Bailey's been, everybody's been talking about, 6'6". He's got all the tools. How dangerous is he for this Notre Dame defense?
Super accurate. C.J. Bailey's completing 4th best percentage in the country in Power 4 football. He was kind of in C.J. Carr's position last year. He was thrust into it as a true freshman. Ton of experience. Came into this year in the offseason as a leader. He was QB1. There was no doubt about it. And he's been almost a little bit better than I think people may have expected. He's made throws that are hard, downfield, on point, that are really accurate. He's been great.
The best name in the business, Hollywood Smothers, okay? Great name, second in the ACC in rushing. He's racked up over 650 yards on the ground. What makes him so tough, and what makes him difficult to stop?
He runs a little more physically than you'd expect for how big he is. He's 190 pounds. If you looked at him out of pads, you might be a little bit surprised to say he's 190. Like, you'd think that's a paper weight and not an actual weight. And he's really more physical than you think. He's got breakaway speed. I think 3 of the 4 power teams he's played 40-plus yard runs, right? So he's got breakaway speed, and he's got really good hands. He's probably what makes the two offenses here today actually a little more similar than maybe Notre Dame fans might expect. It's not 2 running backs in the backfield, right? Duke Scott's been good, but Hollywood's the guy. He doesn't really share it. Great quarterback play, right? CJ's both. Great running backs, wide receiving cores, offensive line. They're pretty similar.
Talk about the run defense, too. You know, the run defense has been on and off this season. It's the pass defense that all fans know and love, right? The back end of that defense. But how do they slow down Smothers today?
Yeah, well, I think the last couple of years, Notre Dame's run defense has really been maybe underrated because the secondary gets so much attention, right? What was it, 33 interceptions last year? They had the 4 last week, and we know how good Leonard Moore and those guys are. But you look at the linebacking core, Drake Bowen has been super solid. I think Kingston Viliamuasa is just having a breakout sophomore year. But I think it's a great test today because they haven't seen a back quite like this yet, like a true bell cow, 115 yards per game. They've had to deal with a lot of like dual threat quarterbacks, so it's just a different test than what we've seen them face this year. So I'm curious to see how it goes because, listen, if you want to beat Notre Dame right now, you got to keep the ball away from them, win the time of possession battle, and if you have a guy like Smothers, you can do that. So again, I'm concerned if you limit possessions and they do get the performance from Smothers they've gotten this year, suddenly you're in a game where points might be at a premium, and that's something we haven't seen Notre Dame have to deal with quite so much this year.
Without a kicker today, without their
kicking
main guy.
Been a question mark for the last couple of years going into a lot of these regular season games.
Tony, before I ask you about Notre Dame's run game, tell us a little bit about C.J. Bailey's ability to run. Marcus Freeman said he's not necessarily a dual threat quarterback, but he does have the ability to scramble.
It's secondary to passing. I mean, he doesn't seek it and roll out of the pocket and break plays down. He lets them develop, but he can. I mean, he had a free blitzer against Virginia, a corner blitz that came at him. He was looking to the opposite way, saw him in his periphery, and then circled out and had a 30-plus yard touchdown run. He's really fast, probably a little tougher than you'd think for a guy who Hollywood Smothers called a giraffe, like a baby giraffe running out in the field, right? Like last year, he's kind of a string bean, true freshman from Miami. He's put on like 25 pounds, 6'6", so he can take a hit, but he wants to throw the ball.
Sure. And you almost feel like you're taking Love and Price for granted at this point because they are so good and you just know they're going to deliver every week. Talk up this run game that Notre Dame has really just exploded this season.
Yeah, I mean, I think we saw it last year. We got a taste, and now it's really a true two-back room. Last year they were working guys in a little bit more, and this year it's just going to be Jeremiah Love, and then once he's kind of out of gas a little bit, here comes Jadarian Price. I mean, I think we all know how special Jeremiah Love is, but when you look at what Jadarian has done, 7.4 yards per carry, to me, he's got the luxury of going in after somebody's kind of worn down the opposition. So, listen, Jadarian could be a number one back at probably any other school in the country. Mm-hmm. He made the choice to stay here. I think it's proven to be a really great choice. And they seem to take a lot of pride in just like, we're going to stockpile our numbers together. That's what the running back is accounting for. And right now, it's easily the best running back duo in the country.
All right, we got about a minute left here, so quickly.
Boxing gloves? No.
Drop the mic. No. How does NC State get the upset? How does Notre Dame avoid the upset at home today?
Turnovers. I mean, the Pac hasn't forced enough this year. Notre Dame's done a good job of that. There have been a lot of pass breakups. There haven't been a lot of interceptions. The corners are good, but they've finished some plays. Pac hasn't recovered a fumble this year in half the season.
Yeah. I think it's what we just alluded to. You have to stop Hollywood Smothers, at least contain him. If you don't let him get going, as I said, you're going to feel good about time of possession. And, of course, I mean, turnover battle is obvious. If they can win that, I don't think they have much of a problem. But if Smothers is running the ball well, I'm telling you, I'll be worried up there, and I'll be knocking on the window.
You sound worried right now, which worries me
okay,
a
I'm going to bring it up.
You
guys brought me on the show. I'm shocked I'm here again today because I was on the show last year before the NIU game. So this is not a good omen going into today's game.
That's why I showed up to this, by the way. That's why I'm here. Yeah.
Doubling down on that. It's not good.
I don't like that you even mentioned it. That's not good juju. I don't like it at all.
Woof. Thank you guys so much for joining us today.
Have a great call up there as well. Thank you. Your first time here at Notre Dame.
First time here. It's beautiful. Beautiful day.
All right. Well, we hope you have a great call, but a bad experience inside that stadium.
Thank you. Yeah.
We'll be right back here on ABC 57 Kickoff. Thanks, guys.